You know how I do.
All right, y'all.
Hey, I know your mom loves Dance with the Devil, huh?
Oh, loves that shit. They're like, man, put that shit on so I can be walking the door.
All right, guys, we're back. We're back. What's up? What's up? What's up with the crew? What's up with you? We back. We back.
We back. Was that Mace?
Yeah.
I can't help it. Yeah, take me back and then we go back on that.
Yeah, so I asked my mom, I was like, Mom, have you heard my new song? I don't know. She's like,
Yeah. We ain't gonna talk about
She
that.
didn't say I don't know.
She was like,
He didn't say, I don't know. Like the new song you put out.
Like, Mom, you know I like to smoke weed. It's okay.
But yeah, I heard your new song. I just saw your new song.
I heard your song, boy.
Your new song is playing your old song. You know, like, I don't like either one of them. Say, I don't know.
That's fair.
Like the new song.
All right. We back, y'all. We back. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's
Yeah.
up?
What it do?
Super new from phone.
Wow, that's hella Thailand. Super nuisance phone. He took it back. Back to the second hand.
Ooh, that's
Second hand.
All right, we're back. We're back. What's up, y'all? All right, man. All right, we were talking sports.
Sports.
Sometimes you got to talk sports to them.
Mr. YDMC, are we back on the air?
We're back in the air, sir.
Talking sports.
Okay. So
Man.
I
Hey, Smith.
want to transition from
That's service.
I want to transition from the women's Olympic team to the men's Olympic team.
Oh, the whack ass
not.
motherfuckers.
I got sit
Now,
back and
now I'm gonna reserve castigating this team.
Them
Because
trash motherfuckers.
I'm gonna reserve castigating this team because
Okay.
we do still have an opportunity to win the gold medal.
We do.
And if we take the gold medal, then I have no complaints. That's personally how I feel.
Garbage.
Now, do we do anything short of taking the gold? Then I have a lot of negative things to say.
Oh, you
these
want a
niggas
lot
gonna get
to
a
say.
aluminum, bro.
So if we take the gold this year, now I do want to give a shout out. I do want to give a shout out and congratulations to. I do want to give a shout out and congratulations to a player who I am not the biggest fan of personally, but he did achieve a milestone accomplishment in the U.S. men's Olympic team's last game. So we do need to give a round of applause and shout out to Mr. Kevin Durant.
Yes.
He is officially the all-time leading scorer in
Really?
men's Olympic basketball.
Wow. I would not have seen that coming. Okay.
He officially passed up Carmelo Anthony in the last game.
I wouldn't even thought Carmelo would have been.
I thought Kobe was a leading scorer a long time.
Kobe's not even on the top 5
Yeah,
scorer.
Kobe didn't really. He didn't
For
really
Olympic basketball, no.
Wow.
And a
He
big
didn't
part of
play.
that
He didn't
reason.
play all of that.
Well, and a big part of that reason, and he played enough of them, but a big part of that reason was he took it upon himself to take on the lead defensive role.
Yeah.
He took on the lead defensive role. Like every time he went to play Olympic basketball, he took on the leader defense role. So like in certain games he would go off, but that wasn't his role every game. So that's why.
I think that might be a problem because we don't have that guy right now. There's nobody willing to take that defensive fucking backseat.
Right.
Not when there's
Nobody.
stars,
Like you think KD wants to take a backseat
Well,
defensively right now?
well, that
That's
guy.
why he got them
Well,
points.
we
That's
do
why he got the
have
all-time
that
scores.
guy. We do have that guy in Draymond Green.
Well,
He's-
that's okay.
That's kind of how he plays.
That's who he
that's
is.
who
Yeah,
he
yeah.
is. So,
You're right. That's who he is.
but I think,
But-
but I want to expand on the point you made. We need more than just him.
Highly.
Defensively, we need more than just him.
You definitely need more.
We need a defensive identity. We can't just have one guy that's willing to play defense. You know what I mean?
Right.
You can't have a bunch of scorers and one guy that wants to play defense. You know what I mean? Like,
Right, and that's basically how our team is
You're exactly right.
That's pretty much how our team is structured.
It was horribly constructed. You gotta construct a team, not just a bunch of scorers.
Well,
and
and
one guy,
I
you know
will
what I mean?
say this: we do have a few guys who play some defense. Like Draymond Green, we know he's going to show up on the defensive end every night. Drew Holiday, you know he's going to show up on the defensive end every night. Chris Middleton, you know he's going to show up defensively every night. You know those guys are going to play defense for you every night. Now, I'm not saying that they're guaranteed to stop the other team's best player, but those guys are going to show up and play defense for you every single night. Those three guys.
The crazier part about like nowadays of basketball is there's so many European teams and other like countries teams, but 80% of these dudes who are the dopest dude on the team plays in the NBA right now.
Oh, no question.
You know what I mean?
No question.
Back in the days, they didn't have so many competition like that. Like when the Dream Team played some of these teams, it wasn't that many NBA players are playing against. Now you're playing against whole ass squads of these niggas. Like,
Right.
damn, you're from that country? Oh, damn, there's 7 of you, and you guys never played together till now. But they got it together, and they got their whole, country behind them too.
Oh,
Like, oh shit, that's big for a lot of
Well,
people. And they
that's
started
right.
playing way harder than they ever played.
And keep in mind
Like you see what Luka did the other night.
And keep
Yeah,
in mind
crazy.
for these other
my
countries,
God.
Went off.
keep
We
in
could have had
mind.
that on USA, but he was like, "No, I'm gonna play for my."
So you guys also have to understand another thing when it comes to these international NBA players. When it comes to guys like Luka and Rudy Gobert and NBA players who are representing their countries, playing for countries outside of the United States in the Olympics, that's really the biggest accomplishment they can have. Like winning a gold medal.
Yeah.
For even like if Luka was to win a gold medal, that would be a bigger accomplishment for him than winning an NBA championship.
Fact.
Like if he managed to do, if Luka managed, let's say for example, if Luka managed to do both of those things in his career, the gold medal would mean way more to him. Just because like the NBA, that's like the holy grail if you grow up in America. For American basketball, that's the holy grail.
Yeah.
If you come from overseas and get to play in the NBA, that's the holy grail too. But it's like it's different because it's not an expectation as much if you go up in other countries. So it's like getting to represent their country, like in the Olympic basketball, that's the biggest thing for them.
It's concentrated.
That's the biggest thing for them. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's massive because like when you look at international teams, they might have like 2, 3, maybe 4 NBA players. But you know what I'm saying? It's not like Team USA where it's all fucking all NBA all-stars. You know what I mean? Like you got Patty Mills leading Australia. Patty Mills ain't shit. You know what I mean? Like Patty Mills is nobody in the NBA. You know what I mean? But he's a fucking murderer.
You got the
when you're talking all-star shit. You know
And I'm sorry, like to an NBA player, winning an Olympic gold medal is great, but it's not as big as winning an NBA championship. If you're an American NBA player, and if you're an American WNBA player, winning a gold medal doesn't mean as much to you as winning a WNBA championship. So it's just different for those countries.
I think exactly what you're saying is the dynamic that's shifting right now. Like right now, it's not NBA. It's shifting to you want to win that shit internationally. You know what I mean? Like, because right now we all know NBA is the pinnacle of basketball. You know what I'm saying? But with this shit, it's showing like, yo, international ball is like it like the you know what I'm saying? The play fields get more even.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and it's a different game.
It's a totally different game.
International ball and NBA ball is not the exact same.
Small ball is not going to work international.
And another thing, we don't really have any rough riders. We need some rough riders. Because the international game is officiated differently. In an international play, they allow you to be a lot more physical. They allow you to be they allow you to bump a lot more and push a lot more. That game is a lot more physical than the typical NBA game. And that's another problem I have with the way our team is constructed is that we got, just like you said, scorers. We don't have just no like dog, like I don't want to say they're not dogs because that sounds like I'm insulting them. But we don't have no like we don't have no with the shit motherfuckers. We don't have no with the shit.
We don't got no Charles Oakley.
We ain't got no with the shit.
Ain't no Charles Oakley on this team.
Right. We don't have no with the shit.
Not a one. Not a one. There's no Charles
And,
Oakley.
in Olympic play, you definitely need a couple with the shit niggas.
At least one.
Yeah.
You need
We
to
got
show them
none.
America, nigga, right
because
after
you're allowed to fucking elbow and bump and push like it's a physical game. So you need
We got
those
no
guys.
like who's our like big man? Draymond. That's it.
Right.
That's about it.
Or Ayton.
And he's really our tough guy as well.
Yeah.
Like other than him.
Ayton soft.
But like,
No, I'm
who,
talking
like,
about Draymond.
yeah,
Talking about
like
Draymond.
who's our big man right
He
now?
ain't big.
It's Draymond and
And he's not big.
He's not big.
he's not big. He's 6'7".
He mentally big. He mentally big.
Like what
Ayton
Bam Adebayo?
Like Draymond,
Bam
man.
Adebayo, kind of.
Right, I forgot about him. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Bam. Yeah.
He's a rim protector. He's a
They
legit rim
just brought in
protector.
JaVale McGee.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
right.
okay,
He helps as well.
okay.
That's
He
it.
helps, yeah.
Yeah, McGee's still solid after all these.
Because that's his
years, still solid.
NBA role.
I was so
That's
mad
his
when he
role.
got
Protects
rid
the
of
rim.
us.
Right.
Hey, you guys should have kept him.
He was doing well for us. I don't know
We
why.
should have kept him.
Like,
I wish the
kept
Warriors
yeah,
kept him.
that too. And I was so close in that time frame when y'all let him go and we had him for one
Y'all
season or
picked him
something. I was
up
like,
and then he left. Yeah.
bro, what is niggas doing? Letting this nigga go. He still has it now, currently. He's still playing right now. Yeah, he was good caliber.
See?
He's
Oh, this shit.
And that's
Still
what
bruh.
you know. That's something I learned through JaVale McGee, man. Like, don't ever get caught up in the media hype, man. Like, learn who these players really are. You know what I'm saying?
They tried to
Because-
write him off.
He reminded me of
Exactly.
like
he lost a year and a half of his career because people thought he was garbage. You know what I mean? And then the Warriors brought him back in, showed that he was a solid defender, solid player. He's not
He
clown
plays
everyone
hella
trying
hard.
to
He plays
treat him
hella
like.
hard still to this day. Even though you can see on him, you know, he ain't as fast as he used to be and all that shit,
But
it ain't
he's coming
stopped-
ways
it
to
ain't
use
stopped
his
him from doing
game.
shit.
He was
He's
hella
still
athletic,
dunking on niggas, still blocking the shit out of you.
blocking all the
Still
shots.
driving down the lane.
It's like this is a serviceable NBA player, but he got this bullshit reputation through Shaqtin' a Fool and all of that.
I mean, it
You know?
was kind of rightfully owned, but
To an extent, because he did do some bonehead shit.
yeah,
But
but they did
a
let him
couple
go.
of bonehead plays doesn't make him a garbage player.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you're talking about a dude who's playing 82 games a year. Like, you got to take it the
You're
entirety
a
of his
commodity,
career.
so you have a stock, and if your stock goes low,
I mean, you know,
anything can lower stock. As someone that plays the stock market, anything can lower stock. Like
Yeah.
it's like South
Your views
Like-
or
like
something.
Southwest starts charging for bags
True
because
that.
their CEO left. The stock's gonna fucking fall.
True
And
that.
it might come back up or whatnot, but like as a player, you're a commodity, you're a stock. And unfortunately, what others think about you are what drives that stock.
That's a fucked up thing about it, man. Because in the NBA,
But that's with all
you know,
stock.
with all stock and all sports, because whatever your reputation is becomes reality. You know what I'm saying? Because he lost a year and a half of his career with cats saying he's garbage and he's trash and he's a head case and this and that. This motherfucker couldn't play the whole time. You know what I'm saying?
It's true.
But instead he's on the sideline because his reputation is garbage.
But it made
You know what I mean?
him reconstruct his whole game and mindset too.
To an extent, because the Warriors brought him in and
Yeah.
asked him to change.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
he started thinking different, playing different, as far
The
as
Warriors were like,
execution.
block some shots, grab some rebounds,
Don't
start
worry,
the break.
don't worry about chucking up shots.
Wow. Don't worry about starting the break with the dribble and all that. Just chill. And it worked.
Run down, find your spot.
He wanted to be a
Alley-oops.
He
Right.
wanted to be a Amari Stoudemire, man. That's what it was.
He couldn't shoot.
He couldn't
Amari
shoot
didn't
any-
have a shot either. Amari didn't have no shot.
Amari didn't get a shot till he got hurt.
Yeah.
And then he was
Yeah.
strictly a jump shooter.
Yeah.
After that.
he was strictly a jump
After
shooter.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was yeah.
Him and what's his name?
Like
used to
he was
shoot
in
out there.
Phoenix for 2 years, then he went to New York.
He's
Strictly a jump shooter.
He's
Like, that's all he
kind
did.
of the same path like Blake Griffin. He got hurt, and so he had to learn how to shoot.
Well said. Pretty much. He did it pretty well. He was like a good spot up shooter, but
what
everybody
about
wanted
the
that dude
Lakers,
dunking on
bro?
everybody, you know?
What about the motherfucking Lakers?
Lakers should be fine, man.
Before we get into that, before we get into that, there's one more thing. There's one more thing I want to bring up. There's one more thing I want to bring up before we get into that sports topic. I've heard rumors. They're just rumors at this point, but potential rumors about Portland possibly maybe looking for a deal with New Orleans to send Dame there.
Ooh.
Dame and Zion together.
Who they getting rid of?
I mean, they send Ingram, the point guard, Alonzo Ball, and like all the draft picks, like all of y'all, go away. We want Dame. All of y'all. Fuck out of here. We want Dame.
But if you have the chance to pair Dame and Zion, do you do it?
Yes,
I think so.
Absolutely.
I think you do.
1,000%. 1 billion trillion %. I like Ingram.
40 on it.
I like Ingram. I like Ball.
That's Dame fucking Lillard, nigga.
That's Dame
fucking Lillard,
Dame
nigga.
Dollar. That's the top 3 point guard in the game. You get him to New Orleans and let the chips fall where they may.
I just think they still gonna need more than that.
Oh, they will. But you bring Dame in and let the chips fall where they may.
Him and Zion together, that foundation.
I know, but you're giving away 3-4
foundation,
pieces for one. So when you try to trade again, you don't have that many pieces to trade again. But that's the thing. You're
very
trade
right.
Equally next time to where you're gonna get an average play for an average player.
I am 1,000% with you.
You know, you're gonna trade 4 average for one, cool, but you ain't gonna have that many to get rid of next time when it comes for an average player to fill in the blank. You have to settle average for average.
Well, 1 trillion %
It's not gonna be as dope.
1 trillion % with
You're
you.
gonna have Tyson
that Dame train
have
lane.
nowhere.
Really?
The next interview.
Wait, what did Tyson say?
He said that's too much for him. He said that Dame trade won't get them nowhere. That's too much for him. I mean, you're talking Brandon Ingram and Dame and Lonzo Ball and some draft picks.
I disagree with you,
For
Titus.
Dame Lillard?
I disagree with you, Titus. I think if you can do that deal, you do it.
A bunch of draft picks though. So you're
talking like 3 draft picks at least.
That's a lot.
And there's
at least one first round.
They're still building your whole fucking career. If their team keeps building their shit on,
it's just
you're never gonna get out of that.
So what do you guys think Dame is gonna do? What do you guys think Dame is gonna do?
What do you stay his ass there and fucking do
I
something?
think New Orleans needs to pull the trigger on that. And just, I
think Portland needs to do something to make their fucking point guard happy.
BI is a baller.
They need to get out of that.
Lonzo Ball is a fucking baller.
Pay your man.
I think that if that trade got pulled, I think it'd be good for both teams. Because Portland needs to reboot. Portland needs to restart.
Portland does need to reboot. I agree.
If Portland loses Dame, then Portland becomes unimportant for a very long time.
That part. If we
check this out. If you got a
line trade for it,
if you got,
I don't need 4 fuck niggas or 4 average niggas.
Fuck that.
Right.
No, I need bait for bait, nigga. I gave you a shark. I need a shark. Don't give me fucking 5 bait fish.
Check this out.
If you out, bro, you get me a crab, you get me a snail, you get me a squid. No, bitch, I give you a whole ass shark. You're a fucking bitch, a little tiger shark. Bitch, it's a shark. What are you giving me? This is not a trade.
I'll feel you 1,000%. But if they trade,
if that's the case, then Portland never cared about Dame like that. If they're
maybe
willing to accept that shit for that, well, you
check this out. If they trade Dame,
New Orleans win it.
Okay.
And they
listen,
check this out. And they get Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, fucking Josh Hart, and 2 draft picks.
Nigga, my hand is waving like the wave.
That's not good.
They become a mid.
You see what it's done over there?
I think they're still in the playoffs and they got
mid-level ass team.
I think they're still competitive and they got room to grow. They'll have draft picks that you don't know what are going to
Dame can flow, man.
That's getting rid of a whole ass star you already have in you. You have a true ass star right there for some people who are trying to be somebody right now.
And you lose in the first round
every
year.
None of them niggas can do it at the Lakers. None of them niggas are doing it for
years
New
and they
Orleans.
got
Now
nowhere.
they're going to another
They got
team and
nowhere.
they're gonna supposedly get it together now. No, Lonzo Ball is just not gonna do it. LaMelo is doing better than him. And he just got in the league. Is already dancing.
Actually, Lonzo's greatly improved.
Lonzo's
He
improved
has.
a lot.
He has.
And
But he's still,
and he's
still
not,
gonna
and he's
be.
not at all a bad player right now.
At all.
But
The
He's
Lakers
not at
want
all
him
a bad
back.
player.
The Lakers want him back right
That's
now.
true. That's actually
The
true.
Lakers want him back right
Well,
now.
That's not a
I
good
don't know
thing,
about
though,
I don't
'cause
know about
Lakers
now.
won a
because we
lot
got
of dumb
Russ.
things.
But before Russ,
won
that was
the
a
Russ
bad
Lakers
thing.
won a lot of
Shaq
dumb
and
things. That's
Dame
not
Dollar.
true.
But before Russ,
You
like
won the what?
he was one of the
Who
guys.
won the
battle?
battle? Yeah.
In a
Okay,
battle, I'm going with Dame Dollar.
Well, they battled.
Ah,
They did
man.
Shaq and Dame Dollar.
Ah,
So
man.
who won
I'm
that
an old
battle?
school head.
they kind of like
They-
went back and forth.
Yeah.
They need one
Dame-
more round. They
Dame
need
had
one
some
more round, I
zingers,
think.
But yeah,
I think they need one more round.
just to hear Shaq.
I'm just balling.
even
Dame-
Dame,
able to
no
battle
Dame is
at
definitely a
this
better
time,
rapper than Shaq. Like,
Yeah, I agree.
Era difference.
and
That's like
I don't
Big Daddy
know if
Kane
Dame writes
battling
his shit or
fucking,
not. We know Shaq doesn't.
You know, somebody new right now.
So
Do we know that?
Trash.
Shaq has had various people write. for him.
He has. But I figured
Very
through I figured through this battle, he's at least coming up with his own shit.
Maybe, I don't know.
Shaq coming up
I,
with
I,
his
I
own
don't know
shit.
that for
He
sure.
could be.
He don't.
could
He
be.
don't
That's the
need.
thing. I don't know that for sure.
Shaq used to write his own shit the whole time. He never needed. He won awards on his own fucking shit. His own writing.
Cats write some
His
shit.
own writing.
No,
He had
different-
Biggie. He had
different
Biggie
people
write
wrote for
some
him, bro.
shit.
Different people
Yeah.
wrote for him.
I'm not saying this whole.
Peter
career.
Guns wrote for him. Fucking like
Biggie
different people
wrote
wrote for
some
him.
shit.
He wrote some shit though.
Cats wrote some-
I'm saying.
I'm sure he wrote some of his
He
own
did.
shit, but
He
you know.
did. He's wrote some of his own songs before, and they actually won awards. I ain't saying this whole project.
That
he
track
wrote,
about
right?
his that track about his dad. I'm sure he wrote that.
Right.
Probably.
But you know, whatever.
All right, Shaq won. Says concept. Manny says Dame won. And they're fight number.
Dame got bars though.
Yeah,
bro.
Dame
won
was
lyrics.
good. Dame was
Dame
very
got
good.
bars.
Lyrically, Dame won. He murdered him.
Hey, so Philly's
There was
been
no problem.
trying to shop a trade for Ben Simmons, and they haven't been
Oh,
able to.
The
They haven't been
Warriors
able
got
to.
the
Ben Simmons.
They haven't been able to. They haven't been
Everybody
able to.
throwing Ben Simmons. in
They
the
haven't been
air,
able to find a deal that they like yet for him.
It's kind of like Ben
Nobody
Simmons in
wants this
basketball.
guy,
Just
bro.
gotta
Hey,
get
yo,
someone
Nobody
in there.
wants this
Who do
guy,
y'all
bro.
think the Warriors put up? They was like, we'll give you Eric Pascal.
Nah, y'all better
And
give
the
him that
second round
dumpster in the back of your
and a
fucking
second
arena.
round draft pick.
Don't give nobody nothing for this boy, but he's about to go ruin y'all team on
Hey,
live.
I don't want to
TV.
hate on
do
Ben
that.
Simmons. Ben Simmons can ball. He just can't shoot.
He can't shoot, so that's not balling.
That's everything. You gotta score,
I
baby.
I
You can
think
do
it's-
everything else.
Touche.
Cool.
I
but
think-
if you ain't scoring,
I don't
well,
think-
win
I
them, nigga.
I don't think
Nobody
it's
goes
fair.
to a championship team and be like, man, that guy can dribble. We need him.
It's not fair
I
to
need
say
the
that he
best
can't
dribbler.
shoot.
Exactly. Get me him.
I don't think it's fair to say that he
He's gonna
can't
have
shoot.
him.
He can't shoot.
And then
man.
pass the ball.
I don't think that's a fair statement. He won't shoot, and that's a big difference. That's a huge difference.
Because he knows
That's a
he
bigger.
can.
That's a
he's a
bigger thing.
baby-
That's a bigger
baby is-
thing.
both.
That's
He's
a
little bit of
bigger
both.
issue. That's a bigger issue. When
Because he
you
knows he
won't,
can.
when you won't shoot the ball.
I
That's a bigger issue.
I think it's
Yeah.
literally both.
He's on some, yeah, he's on some Kwame Brown
Not
shit.
only-
He's on some
but not only,
Kwame Brown.
but it goes deeper than that.
Kwame
It
Brown,
goes
he's
deeper
like
than
that nigga,
it
like
goes deeper than just the
trash
shooting.
and don't want to play. Like what? What do you see?
They-
Why are you?
It goes
yeah.
deeper than just the
It's
shooting, though. He's also not going to the bucket. He's not being offensively aggressive in any way. And that's
At all.
the problem.
Ain't even being
Because he doesn't want to get fouled and go to the free throw line. So here's what
Because
I
He's
think.
like a nigga who signed up for a job. and
why
don't wanna
does
be
he
there.
want to go to the free throw line?
Here's what I
Because he
think.
gonna break on.
So if I'm Ben Simmons,
clean.
so if I'm Ben
Oh,
Simmons, first thing I'm working on if I'm Ben Simmons is free throws. That's the first thing I'm working on
Clean.
all summer long.
Stop practicing with Shaq.
I'm at the free throw line all summer long. If I'm Ben Simmons, I'm at the free throw line all fucking summer
Dog.
long. All
You
Yo,
play
Brown's a Karl
like you
Malone.
play with Seth Curry. Play 1-on-1 with Seth Curry all summer and take free throws, man.
He's
Like,
just gonna learn how to lose.
take free throws in the game, man. Go 1-on-1
He'll
and
learn how to
with
get
free
shot
throws. and make like I'm saying though, he's got to do something that incorporates free throws into his game, dog. You can't be shooting 50% when you're a point guard from the free throw line, dog.
Manny says Warriors not relevant anymore. Concept says wow, calm down, bro.
Warriors not relevant anymore.
Wow.
How do y'all feel about that? I'm gonna let our resident Warriors fans respond to that.
So Manny's just trying to get my goat right now. He's just trying to get me riled up.
Okay.
He's just trying to get me riled up. And it's all gravity, dog. I ain't taking the bait, homie.
He'll catch it off the backboard.
Mr. ID, how would you like to respond to
Why
that?
Dizzle? What's good?
Well, Titus says Simmons needs to stop trying to be a guard and be a power forward and just take it to the rack.
I think he would do better playing power forward
You're probably right.
instead of trying to play point
You're
guard.
probably right. But even so, you would need to put the ball up once in a while.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
But not too much, but way less.
Dude, you'd have that.
He wouldn't be in charge of the offense.
Check this out.
He wouldn't be in charge of the offense.
That's true.
And
But check this out. Even as a power forward, dog, you would have to be like a legendary like rebounder. You'd have to average like at least 20 rebounds a game.
You still gotta try.
Dude, you gotta make yourself valuable on the court, man.
Well, rebounding is not anything he's ever had a problem with. That's why we're saying you should play power forward.
You'd have to step it up though. You'd have to average at least 20
20, that's ridiculous.
Yes.
Averaging 20 rebounds. Stop it.
Who's
ever averaged 20 rebounds? Who's ever averaged 20 boards?
Rodman, Chamberlain, Drummond, not too many.
Thank you. And you named Rodman and Chamberlain. So like cream of the crop.
Okay. Like, but if you're Ben Simmons and you're literally gonna bring nothing else to the table, yeah, you better average 20 rebounds a game. He's not gonna score shit unless it's a layup.
Quick, because you ain't finna do none of these.
Unless it's a putback or a layup.
None of the above.
Anything.
None of the above.
He's not gonna shoot outside of 5 feet.
I'm pretty sure he's working on his offensive game this summer. I'm pretty sure he is.
He's working on wondering where he's moving to
last year was pathetic.
Because he knows he's about to be moved. He knows he's about to be moved. So I'm sure he's like, wherever they send me, it's a fresh start for me, and I gotta come. You know what I mean? I'm sure he knows.
But it's tough.
That whole locker room finna look at him quietly when he walks in.
Who knows if they'll be able to move him? Because no one wants him because he can't shoot.
There's a lot of teams in the league that, I mean, he's a good player. We're talking about him like he's trash. Like he has his faults, but he's still a good player.
Other people gonna do it.
But like there are a number of teams that would take him, but it's just a Philly getting the right deal. It's them feeling like they're getting enough back to give him away. You know what I mean? They're not trying to. They understand that he's good. That's why they're not just trying to trade him for a Kit Kat bar, because they understand that he's good. He's just not going to help them. That's why they want to trade him. But because he's good, they're trying to make sure they get the right deal for him.
Exactly.
The fucked up part is they're trying to trade him and change his position.
They should change.
That's going to be hard as fuck.
But they need
like
to.
who wants him? Like who wants to trade him and
the other team's gonna have to want to fit
exactly. Who wants to take on that project?
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
I barely want.
Like we're bringing on this dude who's been a point guard his whole life, and we got to transition him into what, a power forward or 3 or whatever. A 3 that can't shoot with the damn. Like what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do?
Either.
Like what are we gonna do? Like do we really want to take on this project?
How about that?
Or do we just keep what we got and work with that?
He said, watching Simmons dribble up the court reminds me of Boris Diaw.
I mean, he handles the ball fine, guys. Like,
he won them forward dribbling.
That is a cold
that's not
comparison.
He handles the ball fine, you guys.
Boris Diaw handled the ball pretty well, by the way. But as far as a 4 spot, but yeah,
Simmons handles the ball fine.
He can handle the ball fine, but when you can't, when literally cats can back off you 10 feet,
layup,
like you're not going to shoot ever.
Right.
You're a defensive liability.
No, I got that. No, I'm with you there.
You're 100% liability when cats can sag off you, like, oh, you're going to drive it every time. Like,
yeah.
But I don't know. Hey,
let's just say we ain't picking him in NBA 2K anything.
No, never. But hey, it's a long summer. He can work on that shit.
He gonna
and I'm sure
on the next game he gonna be in one of them players that's on the free agent league. Little free agent squad. You
got no
looking
team.
for him like,
You can just sign
I'm
up
trying to trade it for him. What team is he on? Oh, you ain't been picked in the season.
I'm gonna sign you right now.
Fuck it, you're free. You're free. I can give you whatever contract I
Hella
want.
fucked up with it.
Fuck. Your rating is
even the video game.
Shit. Okay, it's like one of those
video
two
games.
determined.
Like, nah, you got
You
no
have
team.
to play again before they determine your rating. Awesomely crazy. Damn.
LeBron tossed Kuzma out.
There goes
There
our
goes our
youth.
Oh, LeBron drove Kuzma to the airport.
Kuzma drove himself years ago. He was mad. He wasn't on the same flight
Go
with
to Uber,
Ingram.
dog. Let me know when you're leaving.
LeBron drove him to the airport.
I'm just saying.
Everybody did. The whole Lakers organization took this nigga there in the limo.
See, because
Magic was hanging out the window like.
In the beginning, they treated him like he was the next guy. And then by the end, it
Because we
was
thought
like,
he had that
They did that to
potential.
Lonzo
We
too.
thought he had that potential, and he's not developing
Lonzo.
at the rate we need him to.
when they drafted Lonzo, they said his
rid of-
jersey's going to be in the
Remember, they
Raptors.
got rid of so many people. They got rid of
His
D'Angelo
jersey's going to be
Russell.
in the Raptors.
Magic
rid of
actually
Randall,
Magic
they got
actually
rid of
did think that.
hella people.
Magic
Hella
actually
people.
did believe what he said.
See, the
Lakers got
Lakers,
rid of hella people.
the
in
Lakers
that
gave
whole
up
time.
on drafting new players. They gave up on developing new players.
Yeah, young
and they
Hey.
just want the new
We was
shiny
getting
thing.
straight. We was
Hey,
getting
you
straight.
know what? You know
That shit
what?
did not work. For
You
3
know what?
years, nigga, after Kobe left, we
Hey,
tried
Red,
the little young
Red,
nigga shit.
this is Red. This is what I say.
And y'all
17.
ha-ha us.
17. That's my response. So apparently
That's
we've done
This
shit
shit
right.
fucking work, right?
Apparently, so we
What
don't
do you other
develop.
niggas do?
So we don't develop players. If we don't develop players, if we don't develop players, and we have 17 fucking franchise rings. If we don't develop players and we have 17 franchise rings, then maybe you shouldn't develop players either.
And don't be all in front of the
What you
video
should do.
without your rings. nigga.
We all in front of the
I'm
video.
obviously being sarcastic as fucking
How
saying
many
that because
rings do you
that's
have?
not true.
I'm not
That's
gonna-
not true.
I'm not
That's
gonna
why
get-
I'm saying
I'm not
that.
gonna-
Unless you a Celtics fan.
I ain't gonna go
Well,
hard
fuck
on the old school NBA whether we're two teams. I ain't gonna do all that. What I'm gonna do is say shout out to the teams that developed their own fucking players. Giannis said it after he won his ring. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have to say it after we won our fucking rings. You know what I mean?
Y'all
You
develop.
ain't gotta say that.
Y'all develop players.
We ain't gotta
for
say that.
eons.
Giannis,
We develop our own players. We didn't go
That-
poaching other teams' players
multiple times.
to be relevant. You know what I mean? We don't do that.
and congratulations on
You
your
even let him play
what,
choke the
5
shit out of one of your
franchise
coaches.
rings in your
Six.
history.
Six.
And you only let
Congratulations on
him
that.
go because
Let's
go.
the NBA
That's a
fan
big
let him
deal.
go.
No.
6 rings for a franchise is a big deal. That's nothing to be laughed at.
It's a big deal.
So I'm gonna give that
We
props.
talked
That's
for
a
throwing
play.
on
I'm gonna
top.
give that props.
I'm gonna take that.
So no, I'm gonna give that the props it deserves. But I'm saying, but I'm saying when you are the standard
Facts.
bearer for
Kobe-
winning
Kobe
franchises,
Hey, Titus,
That's
you're
true.
100% right. You're 100% right, and that was the last time. But you're 100% right.
I can't.
I'm not saying like the Lakers over their entire existence were just poaching other teams' players. I'm saying over the last 10 years, that's become the
Nigga,
business model.
Nigga, that's how we got Kobe. Draft day, nigga, you snatch that shit up.
And,
Most-
and,
most
and,
most of our Hall of Famers weren't drafted by us. Most of our Hall of
That's like
Famers,
putting a coin in a slot
most
machine.
of our Hall of
Yeah,
Famers
string
were
on
not
it.
drafted
right.
by
That's
us.
right.
Right.
Yeah, I need that.
Most of the
He was
Lakers
like, yeah,
Hall
we
of
gonna trade
Famers, are you
Lottie
listening
for
to this?
Kobe. Unbelievable.
Most of the Lakers Hall of Famers were not drafted by them.
That part.
So if
That part.
you, I mean, there's historical precedence for us making roster moves to try to win rings, and that's what the
See?
shit's
Yeah.
always been about. That's
Yeah.
what it's always
We
been
make
about.
the moves that you niggas don't.
I feel
Those
that
teams just
I feel
don't.
that to an extent. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what everyone's trying to do. You're trying to build the best possible team. All I'm saying
That's
is
how.
all I'm saying is most teams.
How you
Like-
think Jordan got to the fucking shit? Nigga, he came in 84, 85. When did he win his ring? After they started building piece by piece by
After
piece.
they
the fucking
drafted
fix. Yeah, they
a bunch
drafted
of
him and was like, you got it. He was like, I fucking don't. I'm dope. But all these guys over here fucking suck. Okay, we're gonna give you this guy.
We're gonna draft some
We're gonna give you this guy.
players.
We're gonna give you this
Moves
guy.
like that.
Because think of,
We're not gonna build
Alright,
our
these guys,
entire.
man,
We're not
like,
gonna build our.
Now we got it. Now I'm gonna
because
go
think
to
about
I
it, you
got somebody
guys.
to pass
Because
to.
think about it. We didn't draft Kobe. We didn't draft Shaq. We didn't draft Kareem. We didn't draft fucking
Wilt.
like Wilt. There's a lot of them, bro, that we did not draft.
I'll say it right. That's interesting. Glenn Rice.
But so we
So go back down the line. Might go back to like
but a
utility
lot of
players.
that, but a lot of that
Like
is
Lamar Odom.
but a lot of that is Dr.
Ron
Jerry
Artest.
Buss. A lot of that is Dr. Jerry Buss, rest in peace, the greatest sports owner ever.
Yeah.
The greatest owner in all of sports, period.
I'll give him his props.
Like
Jerry Buss did his thing.
and
He's like the Vince Lombardi.
and he was the mastermind behind a lot of the Lakers roster moves in us trying to acquire players that were going to get us where we needed to go. And so for the Lakers franchise and just being specific to that franchise, we've always made moves and building deals to get players.
Shit like you guys are trying to build a super team. Nigga, we've always had super teams. And you see these goddamn Raptors in the season. Some of these niggas are the top people in all fucking time.
Absolutely.
If you literally look at the top scorers of all time, they're all ex-Lakers or played for the Lakers at one point. There's even Karl Malone on there, ex-Laker. Like, all of them.
None of Kobe's rings came with the super team. None of Kobe's rings came with the super team.
Other than that,
But
that's true.
But other than that, if you look at a lot of the Laker championships, there were like terrific trios that led us to our success.
I mean, let's
Kobe and Shaq together is a super.
That was the two best players in the league on one team, but.
That ain't nobody's fault.
I would call that a super team.
You had the most skilled player and the most dominant player together.
That's two best players in the league.
I still couldn't call them a super team though. I still couldn't call that.
I wouldn't call that a super team. It was the two best players on one team, but I wouldn't call it a super team. Because it wasn't like, oh shit, we got to pair up the two best players. Like they didn't know Kobe was going to be.
Hey, you know what?
When they brought in Shaq, they didn't know Kobe.
You know what was a super team to me, and nobody's gonna say this. I'll probably have people argue with me on this. Duncan, Ginobili, and Manu, or Duncan, Manu, and Parker. That's a super team.
What an NBA Jam, that'd be dope.
That's a super team.
That's
a super team.
That's not at all a super team to me.
That's a super team to me.
I don't buy that. You got three dudes drafted by the team. One dude who was a second round pick. Like that's not a super team.
You
had three Hall of Famers playing together.
Sure, and they made themselves
three Hall of Famers together. So to me, that's if you have three Hall of Famers playing together, to me that's a fucking super team. I don't care how it's constructed. If you have three Hall of Famers together, that's a super team. I don't care how it's constructed because it doesn't matter how it's constructed.
It kind of does.
The talent on the team is what matters. The talent is what makes it a super team.
Yeah, it's not
Fuck how it's constructed.
The
talent is what makes it a super team.
It is kind of how they got there. Because when you got guys in the offseason
if they
collaborating to like, hey, let's come together, guys. Let's do this.
I get that. Yeah, I get
that's some bitch made shit. I'm sorry.
Like, if it's entirely like
okay, so they came together in a different way. But that doesn't mean that just because these three players were drafted by the organization, it's still a fucking super team.
Yeah, but if you see
I disagree. I highly disagree.
You have three all-time greats playing together.
When you draft three guys, one of them is a second round pick, and most people are saying you shouldn't even pick him. One guy is a first round pick, but they're saying, he's undersized and he's not going to be shit. One guy is a first round pick, but they're saying, he's he's a border round starter. And they all turn out to be all-stars. No one expected shit from Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond.
We're not even talking about
them.
We're talking about the Spurs. We were talking about the Spurs. Hold on.
I'm switching that. I'm switching that to the Warriors because those are three all-stars. Those are three all-stars, three Hall of Famers.
I thought you were going to address my point, though.
I'll address your fucking point. That's not a super team. Like fucking Tony Parker and Ginobili. That's not a super team.
I think they are super
That's not a super team.
You talking about three all-star
Ginobili came off the bench.
Nah, Spurs never has.
Ginobili came off the bench.
He didn't always come off the bench.
What?
If it wasn't for that lockdown, they would have never won no
first ring. And he's going to the Hall. All three of those guys are going to the Hall.
When
you have three all-time greats playing together, that's
right. Was Tony Parker picked in the second round?
Lockout. It was a short season.
Is Jordan the Hall of Fame though?
And they didn't have all the wins.
Thank you.
Averaging what, 16 a game? 16 a game?
He's going to the Hall of
He
Fame.
was a hell of a player.
I'm not knocking them for being a super team, but they're a fucking super team. I'm not
they're
knocking it.
not
They're
a
a super team.
They're
Yes.
not a super team.
Yes.
At all. In any way, shape, or form. They're not a super team.
I don't knock super teams because they've been
If
in
that's the
existence
case, then the
forever.
Lakers have
I don't
hell of
agree
They've
with
been in
that.
existence
I-
forever, and that's
we
how
have-
I guess we just got a different definition of super team then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because
If
that's
the
the
case,
Spurs
then
were
the
not a
Lakers had
super
hell
team
of a-
at all. They
We had hell
drafted
of a-
and developed all their players. These cats came in the
You remember
second
when we
round.
had-
No one did.
But they,
No one
okay,
expected
so they
shit.
developed
expected-
into a super
we had
team.
Glenn
No
They
one-
developed into a super team. then.
That's BS.
They
No one,
developed into a super
no one
team.
expected anything from Tony
I'm saying
Parker
right
or
here.
Ginobili.
They developed into a super team. That's just how it happened.
So there's two definitions of super team.
I guess so, man. Because that's
One definition of super team is a highly constructed team. Like constructed, like, bought. But another super team is obviously like a team that's
a
unbeatable.
really good
Yeah,
team.
skill.
So there's two definitions here.
A bunch of good niggas on one team to me is a super team.
Right.
Like Monstars. Like
Even if they were
Because
drafted,
Space
even if they
Jam
were all
wise,
drafted
the
by the
Monstars.
organization, you got three like all-time great players playing with each other.
That's a
That's
super team.
that's a super team in my opinion.
I guess
If they're not all
I
time
disagree
great
with
at
I
that
disagree
time,
with
then
that.
that's not a super team.
And Ginobili started too.
Regardless of
Here we are.
expectations, regardless of
If they're not
pre-draft
an all-time
expectations,
great at
regardless
that
of all
time,
that,
then these niggas
they
is-
developed
that's
into
not
a
So-
super team.
So if cats are good, they're a super team.
They developed.
That's what we're doing.
I'm
20
saying,
years
I'm saying
later.
if you have, I'm
But
saying,
the
if,
good teams
I'm
are
saying
super
if
teams
you have
at that
three
time.
all-time great players playing together, that's my definition of it.
Okay.
If you have three
All
All
all-time
right,
greats
we
playing together,
got different definitions.
that's how I define
You
it.
know,
That's where we are. We got different definitions.
To me, Jordan's first three-peat, not a super team. His second three-peat, super fucking team. I don't care how you want to slice it.
yeah, they
You
built
had
way
Jordan,
more
Pippen,
people.
and Rodman together. You had Jordan, Pippen, and Rodman together. So I
Horace
don't
Grant,
care how you
hella
slice it. To
fucking-
me, that's a
hella
super
fucking
team.
pieces. Steve Kerr.
Oh,
They
and Rodman
swooped
wasn't
up-
drafted
they
by the
swooped up
Bulls.
Everybody.
No.
And Rodman wasn't drafted by the
Of course he
Bulls.
wasn't.
So
Luke
like,
Longley, they snatched him up.
see,
flipped him.
I'm just
Alright.
making the point that it's been
Alright.
around through
I say-
hella
No,
different
yeah.
eras. It's been
Yeah.
around through hella
Alright,
different
yeah,
eras.
I agree with Max,
Super
surprisingly.
teams
All
is
right,
not
Carlos.
new.
Thank
Alright.
you.
Super
Alright.
teams
That's
is not
rare.
new.
So thank you, Los.
All right, here we go. Here we go. So it says
They don't always win though.
It said Warriors won a super team until KD showed up.
Exactly.
that.
That's
I agree
exactly
with that.
that's exactly what I
I
said.
agree with
Okay,
that.
so that's one thing that you guys are agreeing with. Okay, here we
I
go.
agree with that.
Yeah,
The
when he
term
showed up,
super team is a
he was on the
term
same.
used when
Overstacking.
players collude to play together.
Exactly. That's what the fuck I've been saying this whole damn time.
This just wait.
Exactly. It's not about just having a good team.
Hold up.
You're overstacking for
Hold
no
up.
reason.
This doesn't mean that they always win.
Yeah, they're doing it
Sometimes super
for
teams
a
are a
reason, but it don't
bust.
happen. Yeah,
Lakers in 04.
80% of the time.
But whose definition is this?
80% of the time they win.
It's just who's defining super team right there.
Concept.
Okay, so that's Concept's
Media
definition of
and
super
NBA
team. That's what's
and-
up.
He
So,
said,
Fans-
so he defines a
fans-
super team
fans
as
made
a
the
highly
definition.
constructed
for
team.
example, the current Laker roster.
So that's how he defines super team. So if that's how you're defining it, that's fine. To me, I just define it as three all-time greats playing together.
Yeah, and I was only mad because everybody was saying like, oh, they're doing this because of Giannis. Like, no, nobody's doing anything because of Giannis. He just won. My nigga, he fucking
Can't
won fair and
react to it.
fucking square.
And
He won fair and
and
square.
I don't want to
Nobody's
take
stacking up to beat him.
I don't want to take nothing away from Giannis, but Giannis won. Let's be honest, because there were some super teams that weren't healthy.
Everybody.
Let's
got
just
injured.
call it like it was.
Everybody. got
So
injured.
let's call it like it was. Had Brooklyn been healthy, I don't think that
Had the Lakers
Giannis
been
would have
healthy.
been in the finals. And had the
I mean,
Lakers been healthy, that was my pick
Warriors
to win it
too.
all. So
I mean,
Warriors.
if I had wheels, I'd be a wagon. You know what I mean? Like, you got to
but
play with
the
what you
Warriors
got
were
with the team in front of you. You know
No,
what I
but
mean?
we all did
but
what
I'm
we
making
did.
the
We
point.
all
I'm
did what
making
we
the
did, but
point.
yeah, if they were there, if those guys was there, they would have been a fucking crazy.
I
I'm
hear you.
making that
I
point
hear you.
because
Some of them
people are
teams would
saying
not have went first, like Utah, how they went first seed. Like,
100%.
but y'all would
I
never
hear
went
y'all.
first seed if there wasn't
I
some of these
100%
injuries,
hear
bro.
y'all.
Y'all was a great team.
there's
but
been a lot of credit
Nah,
given
but
to
y'all
Giannis
seen
for doing it without
some
a
of the
super
West
team.
Coast
So
teams
that
that
needs
were
to be
way
put into
better than them.
context. That's all I'm saying. And I don't.
Understood,
That's not to
understood,
take it. That's not to
understood.
take anything away from Giannis, because to your point, You play the teams that are in front of you. And Giannis was
With the
hurt
team you
himself.
got.
And Giannis was hurt himself.
He
and
struggled.
balled
Yeah,
the
he
fuck out.
struggled. And
So,
then turned it
so
back
I take
around.
nothing away from
He
him.
turned it back
But
around. I'll give it to him.
had there been some other teams, that were completely healthy, things probably would have turned out different.
Tyler says super teams usually don't win.
Man said, Judd Buechler, silence.
Ron Harper.
Ron Harper.
Ron Harper.
Manny said forgot about Bill Winnington.
Winnington.
And Ron Harper was a Laker too.
With
Though.
the 3 rebounds a game. What?
Y'all gotta remember, Ron Harper was a Laker too.
Y'all forgot about Dickie Simpkins. What?
Dickie Simpkins. No.
Randy Brown. Wow.
Dickie Simpkins forgot about Dickie Simpkins.
Yeah.
That nigga woke up like, what the fuck is my name?
I'm Dickie Simpkins.
Hell
What?
no, man. Take the jersey off.
Me?
Bro, y'all got me messed up, bro. Stop calling me by any nickname, including my name.
He's like, let me off. Let me off the ship.
I'm just playing.
His friends like, man, we're gonna call you the nickname Dick Simp. Like, Dick Simp.
Forgot about Dick Simp.
He's
We're
like,
gonna abbreviate it Dick Simp. Like, shit, that ain't no better. Mom, what a fucking
I'm gonna go back to the
Like-
construction site. Man, I'm just playing.
he's like,
Simp.
he's like, Dickie Simpkins is like, it's better than Simple Dickie.
Simple Dick, yeah. You're like, who the fuck stuck this on the back of my jersey? Bro, y'all fucking playing, bro.
Simple Rick.
I'm not playing. I'm not going out there like this, bro.
All right, guys. Before we get off the air, we have to cover the obvious sports. We have to cover the obvious sports topic that we danced around.
Jason Cappy.
Westbrook to the Lakers obviously is huge news.
Bricks.
However you slice it, whether you think it's a good move or a bad move, it's a big move
More
nonetheless in the landscape of the NBA.
Bricks.
I'm 50-50 on it. I mean,
Bricks.
Yeah.
I feel like it's
So let me finish saying whether you like the move or think it's a good move or bad move, it's a big move nonetheless in the landscape of the NBA.
it is.
And it is restructured a couple of different franchises. So with that said, let's talk about it. Let's dig into it. You guys are very opinionated, so I'll turn the floor over to you guys. Go ahead.
It should be interesting because they gave away a couple of players, a couple of young players that really could have helped them in their future. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about Kuzma. You're talking about, what's old boy's name? Montrezl Harrell.
Surprise,
I didn't
motherfucker.
like them getting rid of him.
That was not a good idea.
That in my
Trash.
mind
Trash.
should not have been part of the package. Kuzma, I mean, he was damn near at the door. He was already at the door.
Kuzma, I think, had a lot of
If
potential.
he wasn't gonna open the door, he was gonna open the door. He was gonna
I
be
feel
gone
like Kuzma had a
eventually.
lot of potential until they made it clear he was on the chopping
He
block.
did, but
And then he was like, fuck you.
we were thinking the same thing with Ingram, and later on,
Exactly.
I thought we should have kept Ingram, and he should have been on his way to
Exactly.
fucking New Orleans.
I highly agree.
So,
And they
like
got
I
rid of
said, he
Ingram and Lonzo
overstayed
Ball.
his welcome, and then he stopped really giving a fuck. Old boy was in selfies, taking pictures.
He thought they were building around him, and they literally built.
Nigga, you
around
gotta
him.
score for
They
somebody
literally
to build
built
around
around
and
him.
score.
They literally built
You gotta
around him.
do something for me to build around somebody who do
He
something.
averaged 50 points a game the year before, and then they were like, "We're gonna replace him." I don't know.
That boy.
I think they did.
Did you watch the playoffs with this man?
After he's
Did
been
you see
fucking
how he-
sidelined for 100 games, you're gonna ask him to take over
Don't
your
bring on the
offense?
sideline. This nigga played.
Come on now,
He was
dog.
out there.
Come
but
on.
he was out there. So many times.
You ask this motherfucker
So
to
many
take over
times.
your offense when he's coming off the bench for 100
Nigga, there's
games.
nobody
in 10
playing.
minutes.
Before everybody came back, it's like, all right, Kuzma, we need you to be the man. All right, I got this. All right. Okay, I got it for like one game. One game, you go 30 for 30 for 30 for 30 for one game. The next game, you go for 3 for 3 for 0-0 and 33 zeros. What the fuck?
That's how it goes when you're fucking sprung on
No.
in the playoffs, dog. I'm sorry. You can't ask
Then
him
you're not the guy. You're not the guy. But we already have 16 guys who are worse than that. Why the fuck do we need to invest
I
in
guess you can't be the guy when you're asked at the end of the year to be the guy.
Nigga,
when
you're
you've been
playing
not
behind-
the guy all year. You
That's
know
why I
what
don't
mean?
like
Come
them
on,
bringing stars to the Lakers because it builds that type of shit to where
now. Wow.
they
That's
got
all
to
I'm trying to say.
play behind a LeBron type nigga, a Kobe type nigga.
That's all I'm trying to
AP
say.
type nigga,
Develop your own
them
fucking
shoes
players
and
instead
shit
of
you gotta
poaching other
feel.
people's all-stars. You know what I'm saying?
Imagine you going on the court like
You playing Minecraft. I like your cut, G.
that part. You know what I mean? You got a ball where you fall, man. Some of these niggas, they see these monsters in the gym and be like, I gotta play with him, back the ball to him. Yeah, you gotta get the ball to him all the time. See?
Yeah.
All right.
I'll ride
I'm
with
never
you on
gonna
that.
shine. You know what I mean?
Cat's got different
And they might be
mindsets when it
good,
comes
but
to
they
basketball, you know what I mean?
I
Like,
think they'll be good. Like Kuzma's gonna shine somewhere else. Way better than he
See,
ever
Man,
did.
we don't have time to wait, dude. I'm sorry.
That
We don't
part
have
too.
time to wait. That's
That
what
part
it's.
too.
We're win now, and when you're
He
win
needs
now,
to go there
you
and
don't
do
have
that.
time to wait.
Yeah. He needs to go there and do that.
Teams that are not
Go
win
to a
now,
rebuild team.
and
That's
the
what he needs to do.
Warriors are in the same fucking situation. You guys are thinking win now, so you guys are doing the same fucking things, trying to make moves to tweak your roster. So it's all about.
to an extent.
It's all about.
Please.
To an extent. Because you're
Are
still,
you guys not thinking win now?
You waiting on a hobble
Stop
pot
it.
and you waiting on a
Stop it.
hobble pot.
Let me
and
let me
Steph
respond.
Curry.
I'll do
Come
it.
on, man. You need to rebuild too.
You
Facts,
need to
they
build for
do
the
that.
future at the same fucking time.
That's
why we
that's
didn't
still
get
part
rid
of
of.
rebuilding.
That's
though.
why we didn't get rid of James Wiseman. We could have got rid of him to win now.
That's all part of
win now, win now. No, we want to win
Rebuilding
for the
isn't just
future.
shuffling out.
We could get rid of these dudes that we can build with in the future, but no, we want to build our foundation for the future. So we're keeping James Wiseman. We're
That's what
developing
I'm
him.
talking
We're
about.
bringing in KG to work with him. That's what we're doing. We're not getting
That's
rid of
what
him
I'm
for
talking about as far as
we
rebuilding.
want
It
fucking
doesn't mean getting
we
rid
want
of
KAT right now.
How old is Steph and how old is LeBron? There's a difference, dude. So that's
They're
what I'm saying.
They're border. I mean,
They're not the
LeBron's
same
a little
age,
bit
bro.
older.
They're not the same age. So that's what I'm saying. Like
LeBron's a little older.
They're
You get that.
the point
But
that I'm
it's-
making,
the fact
the
is
point that I'm making is that franchises will sometimes be in a position to try to win now and build for the future at the
Lakers
same
are-
time.
same time.
At the
Just
same
like
time.
The Packers this
There
year,
will be
like
other
they started
times
love.
where you will not be in the position as a franchise to build now and for the future. Not
Yeah,
all
we might not
franchises
have
are
that
in
money.
that position, bro. We are win now at all costs because of LeBron's age. We are win now at all costs.
We lost
And that's
it
just
with
what
Kobe.
it
They
is.
tried to do us with Kobe and didn't want to build around him, and he had to retire. Could have had it right at his last fucking year.
Since
and all
Kobe
that
left,
same shit.
all the Lakers do is try to poach other people's all-stars. That's their business
We
model.
were trying to do it when Kobe was playing. He was
Man,
asking to
That's,
win
come
that's
now.
play
their
with him
whole
too.
business
Nobody
model.
Man,
played with
win
Kobe.
now.
Switch your
And
shit
remember
up
that-
Win
remember
now.
and
they
develop
no,
your own
the
players.
NBA
Man,
canceled
win
the
now.
Chris Paul shit.
Develop your players.
Win
They
now.
canceled
Develop your
all
players.
of our shit. We
Develop
tried
your
to, and they
players.
sucked. And then they got
Win
better
now.
later.
Develop your players.
Man, you acting like
We
you
traded
acting
some of
like
them to
LeBron's
you
a spring
guys.
chicken, bro.
And where
Win
did it
now.
go? We gave y'all
LeBron literally will
D'Angelo
trade his whole
Russell.
roster in the
What
middle
y'all
of the
do with
season. He's a
D'Angelo
fucking
Russell?
chicken.
that part.
Develop your own players.
What's Darius Randall? That part.
NBA fucking rosters
You're
out
doing
there.
great, but you're
Develop
obsessed
your own
with-
players,
Hey,
man.
Doing that-
Hey, every move that he wanted to make was for the betterment of our team. So
Giannis.
I'm gonna roll with that.
Giannis.
We want a ring.
What do you
bro.
think, Giannis?
When we were
NBA
healthy,
champ.
when
What
we
do
were
you think?
healthy,
Just
we won a
forget that.
chip.
Like, just
When
forget
we were healthy, we won a chip, bro.
And we were
So
still borderline.
make fun of how we did it.
LeBron
But
got
when we were
injured last
healthy, we
year,
won a
too.
chip, bro.
Concept says I'm done with the Lakers.
You could be
Go
done
back
with
down
it.
again. What he
We
say?
ain't done with these rings though.
All right, so
We ain't done with these rings though.
all right,
We're
we
gonna have to have 18 fingers to hold up the Lakers rings in a minute.
All right.
18 fingers.
so concept asked, are the Lakers the
So
oldest
many
team in
of
the
them
league
will
right
win.
now? Titus said he agrees.
On the what?
Ingram should still be there. He was already balling.
Was.
LeBron needs to stop handling the ball.
Yeah.
Concept says they should have kept young Lakers team. The current Lakers team is boring.
Two still facts.
He says
I
Zach
doubt
Davis-
that LeBron, AD, and Russ are gonna be boring. They'll be anything
No,
but boring.
yeah.
They'll break
That's
all
the
not
anything but
They're gonna
boring.
be entertainment.
He said
The bench niggas maybe.
He
But
said-
those three niggas are gonna fucking showtime your life away.
Manny says
You
Brown's
gonna
gonna
love
get you
the
a
fucking
chip.
sports center
Ty says
highlights.
that it sends him a message. But Concept says he's sick of Lakers and Laker fan base saying that we don't have time to wait. Yes,
We're
we
sick
do.
of your team too.
Yes, we do.
We don't.
Yes, you do.
We don't win now. We don't.
This is
win
how we
now.
feel about. This is how we feel about every other fucking team in the league.
I would love to think that LeBron is going to play for another 10 years, but we don't know that.
It don't matter who we got. It don't matter who you got. All you got to do, get that ring and then talk that shit. I don't care who you got. I don't care who we got. Get that ring. Otherwise, shut that shit up.
Showtime Lakers stuck with the same
niggas ain't playing. Niggas ain't playing 21. We play for ring.
Showtime Lakers is a super team still.
Pass the ball this way.
I just think they were a damn good team, and damn well run. Damn well run.
We've always had them.
Drafted most of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Multiple
Drafted and developed and
we didn't draft
developed most of them.
Kareem. We didn't draft Kareem.
Drafted Magic. Drafted Byron Scott. Drafted James Worthy.
Yeah.
Just checking. All right.
We drafted
and developed most of their players.
But according to you, we didn't do that. We didn't do that, right?
No.
Hey,
let me be clear. When I talk shit about the like what I'm saying right now, I'm talking about the last 10, 15 years. I'm not talking about the Showtime Lakers, man. Like we all know what the Showtime Lakers are, right?
Every year is Showtime Lakers.
We all saw them. We all watched them.
Every year is
I had a poster of them up on my wall. I actually gave a fuck about the Lakers back then. That was thank you, Los. That wasn't a super team.
You clearly give a fuck about us now too.
Exactly,
you do.
That wasn't a super team. Blah. That wasn't a super team. Exactly.
That part.
Most of them were drafted and developed by the Lakers.
It was just dope. That's all.
This is just kind of, I don't know.
Multiple Hall of Famers together, super team.
Niggas is mad because we're adding banners to the fucking banner shit.
Multiple Hall of Famers together.
It's gonna look like a cloud of banners in our
Two different definitions is what's going down here. If you're not following.
Manny says,
don't divide the people.
Don't gas him up.
I'm trying to unite the people.
Okay, well then. Everybody, Lakers on 3.
I've said this from the beginning. Like a super team is these
concept says Mac is pissed.
I'm just saying. A super team is these corny ass teams coming together. You know what I mean?
Titus said I wasn't a super team. I disagree with you, bro.
Wow. It wasn't.
You, bro.
They drafted and developed most of those players.
Okay, but they ended up developing into a super team.
I think that's a corny ass definition. Like, sorry. I
think multiple all-time greats together, man. That's a super team. I don't care how it's constructed.
Yeah. That's what I said earlier.
I disagree.
That's what I said earlier. Didn't I just say
I think the Showtime Lakers are different than the LeBron Miami Heat. I think it's different. I just think it's different. I'm sorry.
They came together differently.
They came together on.
I just think
there's still two super teams. They came together differently. That's fine.
I just think it's
that. What? You're both right.
I just think it's different.
You're both right. It is different.
It's a different.
But it is still the same.
It's a whole different level.
It's still a super team.
They're two super. Yeah, they're still super teams.
But
when
they came together different reasons.
I'm sorry. It's very self-serving. It's real self-serving to be like, oh, the Lakers are all good. It's all good. No, it's all good. It's all the same. Fuck all that shit. It's different, dog. When the whole core of your team is built around players somewhere else, it's completely different than when you develop and draft your own fucking players. It's fucking different.
It's
different. I'm sorry. It'll never be the same to me. Ever.
But it's different. That don't mean that they're not still super teams.
Yeah, they're not super teams. I'm sorry. It's not a super team. It's not. They're really good teams.
Plan, at least. That was their plan.
Going with
the execution might not have happened, but that was their initial plan. Was to go squad up. Yeah, to go squad up together.
Doesn't mean that they're super
and all play together. Yeah, it might not have fucking worked at all.
Right.
Like,
remember Miami was talking about.
Not all super teams won.
Jack,
Kobe, Carl, and Gary.
I was about to say the 04 Lakers failed miserably.
That was not all super teams won.
Obviously, but the way they came together was.
Are you talking about who had Carmelo and Gary Payton and all that? That was the dumbest shit. I was so mad.
Magic and Kareem.
I was hella mad, man.
Magic and Kareem.
Hey, you know what? We're gonna knock players for figuring out how to come together when the organizations didn't do enough to build winning teams around them. So if we're gonna do that, then that's fine. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that.
I'm gonna do that. It's so corny.
I disagree. I disagree. Because dude, we've seen so many different cases with players loyal to organizations that weren't loyal to them. And loyalty don't always fucking work out, dude. If you have an opportunity to put yourself in a better situation,
and your family,
and players figured out and players figured out how to do that. So if you have an opportunity to put yourself in a better situation, fucking go for it.
yeah, fuck this shit.
Like,
Fuck that game. I'm out. I'm going where I need to be for the better of me.
Organizations have put together super teams throughout history. If players figured out how to do it too, more power.
And when you want to win a ring,
here's the thing. I got no problem with it. Just own it. That's all it is. Hey, we got Kevin Durant. That was a super team. We got Kevin Durant. That's a super team.
I didn't say we don't have a super team. I didn't say that. I didn't say we don't have a super team. I'm saying that there. I'm saying that there have been super teams throughout history. That's what you're arguing with me against. Is that no? If they came together, if they were drafted together, that's what we're arguing.
Yeah, that's it's completely different if you draft and develop your own players. I stand by that.
No, it's not.
I 1000% stand by that. It's completely different if you draft and develop your own players. If you don't appreciate that, that's up to you.
It's different circumstances, but it's
still if you don't appreciate that, that's up to you.
Do that, then how you?
I'm not saying I don't appreciate it. There's different circumstances. That's fine.
It's a different level.
Super team is a super team.
It's a different bullshit. It's a different level when you draft.
You have to get trash to get good picks, and then they're traded hella people.
So what's the 2005 Pistons?
If you're a great team, you're not getting
not at all.
No.
Like, who was an all-star on that team?
Well, let's think about it.
2 guys?
Let's think about
Wallace, Billups, Hamilton, Tayshaun.
Let me see.
Are you talking about
you're right. The Wallace's, fucking Billups was an all-star that year. I don't think Hamilton and Prince were all-stars.
They were.
I might be wrong.
They were structured. They were just a
They were good and very well coached team. They were very well coached
that year.
They were not a super team.
They were very well coached. No, I don't think they were a super team.
The Lakers on paper.
You have as far as
who's a Hall of Famer besides Ben Wallace?
Exactly. As far as all time historic level, you have Ben Wallace. Other than that,
nobody. No one's a Hall of Famer.
So no, I would say that's not a super team.
Rip Hamilton.
Rip's not a Hall of Famer. He's a baller. He's not a Hall of Famer.
Time will tell.
Rashid? No, he's not a Hall of Famer. I love Sheed. He's not a Hall of Famer.
And Chauncey, even though he was the Finals MVP, probably not going to the Hall.
Probably not.
That was the last time.
Who's he coaching now?
Portland.
Portland. Yeah.
Yeah. He might go to the Hall.
Maybe we'll see.
He might.
We'll see. We'll see what he does with Portland.
He might.
If Dame leaves, it'd be way more impressive. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's so interesting to see what's going to happen with that team. As far as the Lakers this year, as far as the move we made and where we're at right now, I like the move. I think there are pieces that we need to put around those 3, but I like the move because LeBron and AD and Russ have already met together and talked about making adjustments if necessary. AD said he's willing to play the 5 more. Bron said he's willing to play the 4 more. And if that happens, then you basically have Russ just has the whole wing to operate. If we make that team adjustment, that gives Russ the whole fucking backcourt. That gives him the whole wing to pretty much just do his thing. I love the fact that we're adding a guy who has been an automatic triple-double for the last 4 years. I cannot help but feel good about that aspect of it. One thing that we do need to put around these guys is I have defensive concerns. We do need to put a rim protector in there. That's a role we need to fill. Another role that we need to fill is a solid 3-and-D guy. So those are roles we need to fill. But I like the core. I definitely love the core of LeBron, AD, and Russ. And I think if we fill in the right people in the right roles, I think we can do good work.
Yeah, they have to fill in those spots because 90% of the time right now they've just been going for stars, and they've been going for stars that are replacing people. And it's not, if you're replacing spots, you're not adding anything at this point. You're just filling in holes that were just holes to be filled. We're just doing the same work all over again instead of an addition. It's a level playing. repeat. They're just breaking ground zero. They need to go for spots that are missing at jump. You know, and you know, we got a rush. That's cool. But yeah, we need a core in the center. We need a center. We just got rid of Harold. He wasn't the biggest guy, but he gave a fuck under that paint. You know, we got all these bigger, taller guys on our team. Everybody tall as shit on our team. But none of these guys are under the paint waiting for a fucking rebound. None of them. They're all the ones shooting that brick. Like, bruh, you're the tallest nigga and you're way the fuck away from the backboard. Who the fuck's getting the rebound? The other team. Every fucking time. Other than maybe Harold down there beasting to get the rebound. It's not because he's the tallest nigga or can jump higher, but he done boxed the nigga out and got it. We don't need all that. When we got a 7-footer, we got 4 of them. Why the fuck are you not down in there? You know, and the same thing when it comes to defense or our offense. Like, there's no more centers backing nobody down in the paint. They're down there trying to shoot a 3 all the time. Wow. All the time. Yeah, if you got it, you got it. If you ain't fucking hot, you ain't made like 1, 2 of them, let that shit go. Let all your shooters do that shit. You get your bitch ass under the backboard where their center is.
Question. Do you think AD's gonna do that?
He fucking needs to.
Be a rebounder.
He fucking needs to.
Be grabbing boards. I don't think so.
That's a world-rounded. That's a rounded player.
To be the man.
I get it.
It's not like he wasn't.
You're not going to get all the points.
Like, that was part of his. That was part of his responsibility.
Yeah, exactly. He's going to get injured more, but I feel like he's going to get more injured if he's just driving to the rack every fucking time.
Operative word.
Back him
That's
down
when he got hurt.
and play some real big man shit. If you're trying to be a point guard, Allen Iverson shit, you see what the fuck happened to Allen Iverson, right? But you're 200-something pounds more than this nigga, and you're crashing into everything, stupid, including the floor, and bigger niggas than you. But who are just standing still waiting for you to do that shit. So,
you know what I mean? If you want,
I get it.
If you want him grabbing boards,
50-50
if you want him like starting your quick offense, if you want to grab boards,
all I'm saying is switch it up.
That's what he's gonna do.
Because sometimes you do be getting it in the paint, and then all you gotta do is just.
This got there.
Nigga, Shaq got like 60 points in games.
So
no 3-pointers, no free throws.
That Pistons team got there organically without
back you down and that's all it took.
Yeah, Shaq was just dominant. Shaq just used his size and strength.
But that
much. Like,
I've seen it, but I've seen
dominated.
plays where AD was there when there was niggas he could have just backed down.
Do that work
exactly because he's not trained that way to do it.
Here's the thing, though.
You need to.
He's a flashy
guy. Or get somebody who does.
We're acting like
somebody who does.
We're acting like AD was never pulling down rebounds. That's always
rebounding
has always been part of his job. So we're asking him to all of a sudden.
He is defensive rebound.
What are we asking him to do differently? Exactly. We're still asking him to rebound. Here's the thing: him and LeBron in the paint together. If him and LeBron are in the paint together, then you have. They can split that dirty work.
Yeah,
they can split that dirty work if they're playing in the paint together. And Bron will be willing to do that. AD will be willing to.
They can float more.
I have no problem believing that they will be willing to make sacrifices to their games.
So you guys know we got 4 minutes left.
You hate it.
4 minutes left on what?
Till 1 o'clock.
It's a pleasure, big Chillin with y'all.
The Chillin just started melting.
Nah, I don't know. AD's not coming to be a utility guy.
I mean,
you're not gonna ask. Why would you
as
ask
a Laker fan, I'm up and up on him.
Exactly. So why are we talking about him grabbing all the rebounds?
I'm not talking about that. All I said was
he'll get down to it because I don't think it's gonna be something.
Well, as far as a utility guy, y'all are lacking right now. You got rid of Harold.
Yeah, it's gonna still take a minute.
I told you you need to add a perimeter or a rim protector. I told you that.
You guys needed Trez. I like to use scrap.
Yeah.
Y'all needed exactly what you got rid of. If you
and we need to play Gasol
Dwight, you guys could have let go
before we get rid of Gasol.
Dwight was already in Washington.
All right.
Dwight was good. I liked him. His last year with the Lakers, the last year he played with us, I liked Dwight. He played good. He went hard. He went fucking hard.
He finally
got in people's head and everything. That shit was decent.
We don't need Kuzma, bro. And I'm not I'm not saying that to dog the dude. I'm not saying that to dog the dude. But for
He's
where
good,
where we're trying to go right now, we don't need him.
Thank you.
We don't need
Thank
for
you.
where we're trying to go
Facts.
right now. For
Facts.
where we're trying to go right now, we don't need KCP.
Dead
For where
facts.
we're trying to go right now, we don't need Trez.
Mm.
We're gonna build around
Might be
we're
true.
gonna build around the fucking Hall of Fame big three. And that's that we're gonna build around the fucking Hall of Fame big three. So
Cheers to
Which
that.
is
Somebody. Somebody.
Ron, Westbrook, AD.
Oh,
which is
we just needed a point guard, man, to be honest. But like, I mean, we have Rondo. Rondo was dope, you know, but he would have been dope if we had like a younger star to play above him. But remember, he was damn near running the ship for a while for us. And it was like
Titus said the only year that Dwight was good was with us. He said that was his only good year.
do you remember he went to the NBA championship?
For real. He was an all-star in Orlando. Come on, dog.
In Orlando.
He was a killer in Orlando. What are you talking about, dog?
Superman, bro.
Come on, dog.
He dunked over.
He was a murderer in Orlando. Absolute murderer. His best years were in Orlando. Come on now.
He came to the Lakers and was
Concept
trash.
said, I don't
compared
know
to
Concept,
what he
Mac,
used
but
to be.
Concept said AD is like his weight.
Yeah.
Wait.
About. I mean, Concept is like an inch shorter than me. Like, AD is about his way. AD is not no tough guy. You know what I mean? Like,
No, he's not.
AD is can score in
That
every
nigga be out
pocket.
there. He be out there with
Titus-
the brawl last.
Titus is a Laker fan that thinks we should have kept Trez and KCP.
But KCP,
He wasn't feeling
feel you on
Kuzma
KCP, but KCP was still trade bait. We still needed to get somebody off.
Concept gives up.
You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we need to get somebody out of there without getting off like super weight.
You got
know?
Lopez dominating centers. You know center position is weak.
That's fucked up.
He's right. He's right
Fucking
though.
Brook Lopez, D. That's fucked up.
He's right though. Like if you got fucking Robin Lopez going hard in the paint, like, yeah,
That's fucked up.
he's right.
And it wasn't Robin, it was Brooke.
It was
Yeah.
Brooke. Robin did his thing
And
until
we
he got
got
knocked out.
Mark Gasol right now, okay? And he's not. And he's the one.
Slow as fuck.
That's why he's at the 3-point
That
line.
dude is
He
like
needs to be at the 3-point
he's
line.
as quick as I am.
But he ain't trying to dunk.
Hey,
He's not trying to be in the
this
paint.
all running down the court.
His fucking threes is. Tell me this
Not
nigga
even
threes
that
is
quick.
Not just. Bang. This nigga don't even hit
Not even that
backboard with his
That
threes.
dude is hella slow.
But if we have him shooting threes and then have
Okay, we didn't bring
A
Mark
tall
Gasol
nigga
to
in
run
the fucking-
track meets, all
that
right?
part.
That's not why we brought him on our
because the nigga
team.
got shot, bro. He got shot.
He can shoot. He can shoot.
And
he
that's
get back.
all he's good for.
And he get
But that's
back.
why I said if we have
He's a
him
hell of a
right there
passer.
and he plays defense, he knows how to pass, all that shit. You know, if we keep him at the perimeter,
And he's a big who
Put it-
grabs boards.
yeah, we put somebody down there and
He
down
grabs
there.
a lot of boards.
He's
You
a
know,
big
we
who
can
grabs
throw the
boards.
whole
He
defense
shoot
off.
the three well.
Yeah,
Him and Zach Randolph together.
the Lakers need to play
ridiculous.
the tower shit. Like
Slow.
how when the Spurs had Robinson and
Zach
Duncan,
Randolph
they
is
played them
Mr.
at the
with the
same
shit.
time in
Yeah.
the same
That
game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no
Don't have
fucks.
2 7
He'll
footers.
fight everyone
and you don't
in
put
the
them in
league
fucking
today.
game at the same
Right,
time.
that's all.
Right now, Alf.
At this moment.
You're fucking
Let's
stupid.
set it up.
What team is
We'll
going
do
to
it,
be able to defeat both of these niggas at the same time?
Yeah.
Even if they're sub-average, you got 2
Yeah.
7-footers. Put
Put him
both
on
of these
Put
fucking
him on the
niggas in there.
court. 2 hours.
Put them both in there. Put one at the
$2.
3, put one in the fucking paint. These niggas are gonna go crazy because they gonna know what to do. Your big ass nigga shooting 3. Your big ass nigga's about to grab a rebound.
I tell you what. Like
Bro, I'm about to get back down and shot over. I don't know what to do. And then you got these little niggas running around the court too. What the fuck?
See, everyone thought the game changed into, oh, we're all shooting threes now. But like
They're just not
Shit,
playing the
that's-
dynamic
That's
no
kind of
more.
where the game did shift.
to an extent, but
Yeah, 'cause
like you saw these
people
last
stopped playing-
these
they
last
stopped playing the
teams
dynamic.
standing in the
Like
NBA.
the backing people down, the going for twos, they just stopped playing the dynamic and started going for the threes. Like, I gotta
They
get
is.
threes, I gotta get threes. Everybody gotta get threes.
The
What
last
if you miss? So nobody gets rebounds?
the last team standing in the NBA.
Oh my God.
We're
Get
all
your
big.
ass down
It
in
was
the
all
paint.
about big men. It was Giannis killing shit. It was fucking when DeAndre Ayton
But half
was
of these
going
niggas are
hard.
new
Ayton
age,
was on point. As
new
soon as he
age
fell
big
off,
men. They're fucking expert caliber shooters.
Again though,
Since
that's
when
within
were
the,
these niggas
within the
caliber
context
shooters?
of
Patrick
other
Ewing
teams
couldn't
being injured.
nothing.
Other teams
The
who
perimeter.
probably had better chances and did emphasize shooting more.
Yeah.
So again, we got to contextualize.
So okay, the last team standing in the best league in the world. It was about big men. Okay. I mean, injuries, this and that. All right. But the last team standing, it was about the big man.
Ain't nobody breaking the backboard like Shaq though, no more.
Right.
Not at all. Not at all.
And we got Zion Williams.
They
don't reinforce the backboard. That's all that is.
Right. You're 1,000%
Yeah,
right.
he already broke one.
Yeah,
He fucking shattered the shit. He broke the whole foundation. Instead of breaking the whole basket.
And I remember they were in a game when he shifted this shit too.
Concept says, how long before Russ and LeBron get into it?
Week 3.
I think they'll be fine.
Before someone's shooting too much.
Week 3.
I need the ball.
Russ gonna come down court.
I don't.
Why
They've
you
already
letting
had the conversation. I think we're fine.
See, everyone said the same thing about Russ and CP in Houston though. Oh, they've worked that out.
Russ would have been
and it worked out exactly the way.
Russ and CP, you mean Russ and Harden?
Russ and Harden, my bad.
Yeah.
And it was like, yes, it's worked out. It worked out exactly the way everyone thought it would. You know what I mean?
Did anybody
They
really?
got that shit together, man.
That's not
Remember
the same
OKC
situation.
days
That's
when
not
they
the
had
same
all of
situation.
them.
Well,
Because did anybody really give Harden and Russ a chance to go all the way?
Yeah. Hella people did.
No, they
Yeah,
still,
they did.
They
Hella
still
people
were not,
did.
they
They
still were
covered
not
them
favored
out.
to come out of the West.
A lot of people
They
thought they
still
had
were
it.
not favored to
A
come out of the
number of
West.
people
Never.
thought they had it.
They never were.
A number of people thought they
They
had it.
still were not.
I
favored,
never thought
bro.
they did. But a number of people
And the
thought they had
majority
it.
of people didn't
Yeah,
think
and
they
those
were coming
people
out the
were
West,
fucking
dude. Like, so that's the difference here.
They were
There's-
quite decent, but they
there's
the shit they were
expectations
stacked
to
up
win
against was epic. They didn't have a chance.
We'll see how
There's
it works out.
expectations to win here.
I'm gonna leave it at it. We'll see how it works out.
We'll see how it works out. Man.
Because with Russ, everywhere he goes, he puts up numbers and he doesn't win a fucking thing. So we'll see how it goes.
Well, he's
Same
coming,
way.
he's coming on a franchise that's built on winning. So it's
That's
a little
right.
different. It's a little different when you put that purple and gold on.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
true. Yeah, y'all stacked up a nice
You
little
either
score.
ship
Y'all
up, you
done
either ship
stacked
up
up a
or you
nice score.
ship out. You ship up or you ship out. We're
Yeah,
winning now.
Y'all
That's
done,
it.
y'all done put together a nice
Tell them
score.
that
Y'all done bought a
17
nice score.
speak.
We'll see how it goes.
You ship up or you
Like-
ship out. We're winning now.
It's like
Y'all done bought a
beautiful
nice
game
score.
footage.
We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it works out.
All right, y'all.
Go Dub.
No.
Big chilling, y'all. Episode 54.
Hey yo,
If you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Bring some friends next week. We do this every Friday or Saturday, depending on what our show schedule is like. But we definitely make sure to let everybody know. Please, this is 54 weeks. We're in our second year. We have 6 more episodes until our fourth season. So we've been putting in work on here. Please subscribe. Check out the website. Come to some shows. Follow us on social media. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on YouTube. That's another. But follow at the Red Baron, REDDBARN 1985. Follow at Madman of RDV, at Madman of RDV, at Maxtees MAQSCEEZ. Our 3-Headed Dragon page is at 3HD Official. I'm at YDMC. Follow at Diff Dope.
yo,
No,
episode
year 2, episode 2.
episode
This
two.
is season 3 that we're finishing in the next 6 episodes.
Episode 54.
Who's 54?
I didn't have to look it up. It's the fucking Horace Grant episode.
Oh, there we go.
What's
We talked about
poppin',
Horace Grant. We talked about Horace Grant.
With the
Okay.
glass.
Horace
That's my
motherfucking
nigga,
Grant.
The
What up?
Dolphins, man. I remember when
He
they
played
had
for the Lakers and the Bulls.
And the
and
fucking
the
Magic.
Yeah.
Magic were like, yo, we need that guy.
Episode 54. Shape up or ship up. We winning now.
Still got his rookie for that.
All right.
Go Dubs.
All right,
No
y'all.
dubs.
We draft and
Lake
develop
show.
our own players. Like
Lake show,
bosses.
No.
All right.
We don't.
Kevin Durant's laughing at that, by the way.
Oh, okay. We didn't go to the finals without him, right? Anyway.
Okay, but don't act like you never had a super team. Is all I'm saying.
What did they do?
I never said we didn't.
All right then.
Yeah,
I'm just
that's
saying that. We got
Oh, we always develop our own players.
We do.
Durant's laughing at that.
and who was our core? Curry, Clay, and
Baron
Draymond.
Davis.
Oh, okay, cool.
Who
Anyway,
was your leader when he
Baron
walked in that
Davis.
door?
Steph
All right,
Curry.
Dave. No.
Anyway, Steph Curry.
Monte Ellis.
Steph Curry all day.
No.
We traded Monte.
He was
for
your
fucking-
fire while Curry was there, though. You
That's
gotta
true.
remember
All
that.
day.
That's true.
He was your guy first.
Well, Curry was hurt all the time. So
Curry was a young fucking player at that time. In
And
the very
everyone thought we
beginning,
were stupid from
it
building
was
around
Monte
him.
Ellis who was you guys a superstar. That was the guy who was gonna do
No,
it.
was.
I
It
thought
was.
I thought trading him was the
It
most
was.
retarded shit in the world.
Everybody did at the time.
I was wrong.
Everybody was. Everybody was.
I was wrong. Like
Yeah.
his last good year
That
was
was the
with the
we
Warriors.
believe. Yeah,
His
y'all
last good
believe.
year was with the Warriors.
Y'all believe. Yeah, he believed.
Yeah, he became trash after that.
That's the thing. He wasn't though, because he stuck around the next year.
I don't know what.
The year
why
after,
he- yeah, I don't know how he just started being garbage. It was just weird.
he wasn't. The next year we won more games and we didn't make the playoffs.
No, I'm saying when he left you guys, it was just like his skill, like it was almost like he just stopped caring, like playing wise. He always was a good
Maybe a
player,
little,
but it was
maybe a
just like
little.
he just really like tanked as far as energy wise. It was like,
Yeah, he didn't play like he did.
oh,
He
Monte
was-
Ellis
he was not the same
I
after
didn't, I
that.
didn't, yeah, I didn't even know this.
That's a fact.
When he got
He was
traded
not
and
the
when he
same
was on
after
other teams, I didn't hear about him much.
He
Like,
was
he
like
almost
he
didn't give a
was downgraded and he stopped caring. I think
Yeah, he was just like,
Right.
all right, it's cool.
he was not treated like the man.
Yesterday I was the man,
and he
homie.
didn't play like the man.
Cool.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
It's cool. Fuck everybody, man.
But
Watch when you pass me the ball, man.
all that means to
I'll
me
pass it
is
again.
we got his best years.
He did.
Yeah.
We got his best
Yeah,
years
fact.
and we moved on and won some rings. So
Y'all found a better
Oh, yeah.
developed version of it. Y'all upgraded.
I wish we could have. I honestly wish we could have kept him because he was the only reason we were worth the damn
At the
for
time.
those years.
Fact.
At the time,
He was the Curry before Curry. Like, no cap about it.
Facts.
You can't doubt it. He was the Curry before Curry.
like when Curry was playing 15 games a year, getting
Y'all
hurt
had
every year,
Baron Davis.
Monte was our guy.
When you had Monte was the gift for
He
that.
was our guy.
That whole period of time, he was that guy.
And I mean, Mark
Niggas-
Jackson saw this
Niggas
long
was
before.
worried about him
Long
developing into something.
That's what happened, man.
beastie, you know what I mean?
Mark Jackson was like, I got the
I was
best shooting
surprised
backcourt
when
of all
y'all
time.
traded him,
Prove me
like,
wrong.
they traded Monte.
Yep, since he wasn't the star, he didn't care.
Okay, I was like, who they got faith in? They got rid of everybody that year. Remember, they got rid of Baron. They got rid of all their whole We Believe team was gone. Like today,
Baron
today,
Davis turned
today,
to
you
trash
got rid
after
of
that,
like
too.
everybody.
Davis left us. Davis ran to the Clippers because he wanted to be in LA and he was
Yeah,
garbage.
they quit.
Played like trash.
And he had the owner on the sideline talking shit about him during the games. Fucking what's his name?
Bro, didn't he play for
Uh,
or one of
racist
victory or something like that?
Oh, Sterling.
Sterling, Donald Sterling.
Yeah.
Be on the sideline saying, man, this motherfucker hella fat. Like hella slow. This dude garbage. Talking shit on the sidelines about
He
him.
did get lazy. Baron Davis did get like physically lazy.
Well, we know what a clown Sterling is, so
That part.
And we know what a
that
clown
reflects badly on him.
and we know what a clown BD was. So
Yeah. He was all about the flash. He wasn't about trying to win. He was trying to win. He would have stayed in Golden State.
He was the clown stay there. He was stay sharp.
Y'all didn't like him when he played with you?
I didn't like him at all. You can ask anyone that knows me. I never liked
like
BD.
him.
I never liked BD back then. I was like, okay, this is one.
Like
This is one fun year.
I
This
didn't
is
like
cool.
him when he was
But
on the
BD
Hornets,
is not.
when he came to
His
the
game
Warriors,
was
I
not
liked him.
sustainable. His game was not like, oh, we're gonna build for the future.
No.
It was one fun year, and that was it. Like I was like, this is not something we can build on going forward. Me
So
and my-
even after the We Believe year, you felt that was a flash in the pan year?
yes.
Exactly what it was.
Me and my little brother used to argue about that all the time. Like he loved BD, and I was like, that dude's garbage. Like that dude just chucks threes. Like he's cool. Like he's a cool little like playground player, but he's not something to build around.
Not at that time.
That's how I felt. I don't know.
Well,
What
to
do I
call
know?
him like as a player trash.
Not trash. Well,
Not even mediocre. As a
But
player, he
was a cool
a
playground
great
player.
player.
He was a cool playground player. He wasn't
I
something
never
to, he was nothing to build around.
He was never trying to be.
Okay. Well,
He really
thanks
was.
for the memories, you know what I mean? Okay.
That's it. You can say that about everybody y'all don't have on your team, nigga.
Yeah.
The Warriors done
You're
had a lot of thanks
goddamn
for the
right.
memories. Come back and then more. All of them. Nigga,
Mike
y'all done got rid
Dunleavy,
of-
all these motherfuckers.
Yeah,
Hell yeah,
right.
you're damn right.
You got rid of
Thanks
good,
for the memories.
bad, average,
Goodbye.
Dunleavy was solid.
I love Dan Dunleavy.
Dunleavy,
I was
really?
gonna draft Jordan.
Or like Mike or Murphy. What was his name? Troy Murphy.
Troy Murphy.
Like, oh,
Troy Murphy cats was trash.
Troy Murphy had a shot.
He was like a legitimate double every night.
He had a shot.
But he was a double like
he's not about them.
like 10-10. You know what I mean? Like you like a double that didn't matter. You know what I mean?
That part, he's not about to be nobody.
Double always
today.
matters.
Concept started talking about the backs. He said the backs. No shot, no service. Welcome to Cali.
No, yeah, for real. So lots of bars have already started that.
No
ordinance.
shot, no shirt, no shoes, no service. 2021.
But then you see no
Hey,
bad.
no, a lot of establishments,
I ain't
especially in
I
San
ain't
Jose, have
getting no
started
backs.
no proof of backs, no entry.
Wow.
Damn. But I got mine.
Y'all can really kill me.
Oh,
You
man.
can stop
Oh, man,
following
bitch.
me. I don't care.
Manny says fudge. Good riddance.
To each his own. To each his own.
Are we going down that road? We going
That
down
part,
road?
yeah.
Down the backs road.
No,
I'm cool
actually,
off the
it's
conversation.
1:15, so it is
So
time
it's
to
a
end
wrap.
Big Chillin.
Time for us to hit the
Saved by the
literal
bell,
road.
everybody.
Time for us to hit the literal road.
Get
Yeah,
your
we
own.
outta here.
Get your own shot. Shoot the shot. Fuck the shot. Bust the shot. Make the shot.
Shooter's got to shoot when he busts a shot.
Don't lose.
Shape up or ship out. We winning now.
But take flight. Right there. Half of me.
That'd be hard for me.
It's a
Everyone making
It's a flight.
self-serving
It's a
fucking
motherfucker.
outros and shit.
What's going on?
This motherfucker.
Yeah.
This motherfucker YDMC, man. You better stop playing me.
It's all about me on the way out. Like,
Yo, man, bang,
We winning now.
follow us next week. We got some new content coming out. Please pay attention. It's gonna be cool. Please share it with your friends. It's the first of the month. Go get paid.
wake up. So,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
got pillows for you.
Oh yeah, you making a new batch?
Yes.
All right, Red Baron
Tap
pillows.
in Red Baron pillows for you
Pillows,
sleeping
yeah,
on me.
no.
All right, batch two.
That's
It's the
true.
first of the month.
Go put the back of your head custom on it. On the back of the pillow.
All right.
Nigga flip the pillow over like God damn, that's what my head look like. Yes, what
All right, y'all.
Sleeping on me.
Peace, y'all. Have a good one. Thank you, Manny. Thank you, Concept. Thank you, Titus, man. Thank you for rocking with us, y'all.
We
Go
love
Dubs.
You know what I'm saying?
Tap in, man. Hit me.
One love, baby. All right, man. We'll see
Lake
you next
show.
week. Peace.
Like, oh, Dubs. Holla.
No dubs.
Red
All
Baron.
Dubs.
Lake show.
No dub.
Go
All
A's.
Dubs. Go Raiders.
Thumbs down.
Go Giants.
Not